Sonia here, and I want to talk to you today about the importance of energetic boundaries. So last week I was at the farmer's market and I was talking to this woman who was very kind and aware, not really, but was really interested. We got on the topic of my work and we got on the topic of just different things, like that kind of like intuition and availability and talking about boundaries and books and all these different things. And first of all, I was in a really weird headspace. As a Pisces, it's really important for me to take time to gather and get grounded. And that morning, I was feeling anything but grounded, which always is a giant red flag for me, and a place too where I always end up overgiving. And so anyway, long story short, I got trapped by this person. I allowed myself to be trapped by this person. I ended up talking to her for like 45 minutes and then like coaching her and overgiving and all these things, and walked away feeling completely depleted, feeling completely ungrounded and unaware of what was my energy and what was hers. Now, the interesting thing about energetic boundaries is that we need to have them. Really important as empaths and intuitives to really practice this. Because we're compassionate and open and available, a lot of times we can sort of merge with other people and as a way to try and find safety. But the thing is, when we merge with other people and their energy, there are a lot of things that happen. We get drained, we're exhausted, we actually don't know what our truth is, we end up caretaking other people. And this can happen whether it's like me, or at a farmer's market, or maybe in my relationship, at work, wherever it is. Energetic boundaries are so important. So I'm gonna give you some of my favorite tools to get back grounded into your body. First of all, know where you're at. Know where your own energy is at. If you're feeling tired, overwhelmed, stressed, those are big red flags and big places where we can overgive. Second of all, notice what is your responsibility and what's not. Oftentimes, we can overgive and overly merge and overly be available and use our intuition to kind of tune into what's going on for other people. And what happens is a lot of times it doesn't give us space to say no. It doesn't give us space to walk away. It can make us feel obligated. Other word, a lot of times when we're not practicing good energetic boundaries, what happens is we end up interacting with people or in situations where we feel obligated. Pay attention to where you feel obligated and tell yourself that when you are feeling obligated, that gives you less time to take care of yourself and gives you less time to do the things that you want to do. We can trust that other people and whatever they're feeling is going to be, that they can take care of themselves. We're not responsible for other people's emotions, experiences, interpretations of us. Just like as for us, it's really important to not take things personally, we have to not overly be responsible for how other people will receive us. Another really great tip and tool that I use all the time in practicing energetic boundaries is actually just start to breathe. Oftentimes, one thing that happens is we get cut off from our breath, which cuts us off from the present moment, which cuts us off from our spirit and our intuition. And what happens is we end up doing something called north-south breathing, where you breathe up into your shoulders, and that cuts you off. But if you practice east-west breathing, making sure that your rib cage goes this way, it can help to ground us back into our bodies, ground us back into the present moment. Another really great tool that I use oftentimes when I'm needing to practice energetic boundaries is to employ the 5 senses. This means, what do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? What's touching you? What do you hear? These are great ways of really getting back into our own physical containers instead of overly merging with other people. Another thing that we can also practice is even the simple question of, is this my problem? For me, with the woman at the farmer's market, all the things that she was talking about, not my problem. Not my problem. But my empathic, compassionate, overly aware side made it my problem. And instead of just saying, hey, you know what? I gotta go. It was really great talking to you. As a really great way to sort of let myself get out. You know, we have to practice our no. And we can say, you know, like, I gotta go, or give me some time to think about it, or anything like that. There are a million different ways. And if you really struggle with this, really practice. practice at home. Find your like few different lines to like use. Another tool, so like if you're in a place where you're in bad energy or you're gonna be in this place and you can't get out of it, limit your time. For me, I overgave my time. A really good way to not do that is to limit your time. And also be aware of what takes care of you. What is it that you need? The more that we're in touch with what it is that we need and what takes care of us, the more that we aren't susceptible of taking care of the needs of other people. Another tool that I also really love to use that I learned from my mom, Sonia Tully, is crossing your arms and even just angling your body away from another person. The thing is we absorb energy in our solar plexus. And if we can actually even just cross our arms, creating a physical boundary and tilting our bodies as to not have that energy go directly in us. And also, be kind to yourself. It's really easy to practice compassion for other people, but when we aren't practicing good energetic boundaries, we aren't being compassionate to our sweet, sweet spirits. The more that we take time to get to know our energy, get to know our spirit, get to trust our intuition, the more that we'll be available to what it is that takes care of us. And last but not least, remember things aren't always your problem to solve and that you can trust other people's spirit. You can trust them to figure it out. You can trust them to have their emotions. You can trust them to navigate the world. And even if you don't trust their barking dog, you can trust their spirit. So these are some of my tools to create good energetic boundaries and places that I too need to practice to stay grounded in my body, keep a clear energy field, and not overgive. Because the thing is when we don't have good energetic boundaries, we don't know what our truth is. We don't know what our boundaries are. We don't know, we sort of don't take care of our own container. And we gotta be responsible for our own house. So if you enjoyed this video, share it with a friend, and also don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter at soniaandsabrina.com where you'll get a free online course and like intuition workbook to really anchor in those tools. And if you need help, book a reading or mentoring with me. We could work on your soul purpose, what's going on for you right now, and sort of clear the fog of confusion. Or if you already are reading all these books and all these different things, but aren't really feeling like you're gaining traction, I really encourage you to mentor with me, to take these tools into ownership, that you can start flowing with life instead of fighting against it. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I love you very much. Bye.